Good afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd, 2015, and we're excited to have with us mothers. This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with mothers. What's up, you guys? Welcome. Thank you for coming out and playing music for us and chilling. I want to get everyone involved as we move along, but I'd like to know, first off, just from you a little bit about evolution of songs, because I know that on YouTube there are a lot of videos of just you playing, there's one on a mandolin, one on acoustic. Do you normally write in that setting on just you and an instrument?
Yeah, at this point I'm writing essentially only on electric guitar, but it always starts as me creating the foundation and the general structure of the song. I write all of the lyrics, all of the words. So it starts out as me with kind of this bare bones skeleton of what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then I work very closely with Matt on drums to kind of start forming the structure. And then we bring in other people and start kind of, forming the beast.
Right. Yeah, and then is it No Crying in Baseball was the first one that's been released as this outfit or as
Correct.
just full band? Okay,
Yes.
cool. And then how long have you four been playing together?
So the three of us, Drew, Matt, and I have been playing together since November of last year.
Okay.
November 2014. Patrick is a little bit newer to the band. He came on a couple of months ago.
Sweet.
So we are a very fresh new band.
Yeah, definitely. Would you talk to me a little bit about Athens? I know a few bands we've had. A few bands in here that I can't think of right now that are from Athens. But would you just talk to me about like maybe the scene there or like what's going on in the city? I know you have Athfest, which is a pretty big deal, right? There's some sweet
Athfest
bands
is
that
awesome.
play that.
Yeah, it's a very alive place for music. There are always things going on. It's kind of stressful actually to be a musician there because you know that any night that you're playing a show, there are going to be 5 or 6 other amazing shows happening at the same time.
Sure.
So it's very competitive in a way. And people are always creating new projects. Old projects are kind of dying out. It's a very active, kind of living, breathing thing that never stops.
Yeah.
Some of the bands that I really love who are there right now are Art Contest. Pine Cones is another one. They're actually in Seattle recording a record right now.
Cool.
Grand Rapids.
Do you see like the city influencing your sound at all as far as, I don't know, geography or like the culture of the place that you're from besides the competition between other musicians or whatever?
I'm not sure how much the location specifically or like the attitude changes our songs. I think if anything, it's a sleepy southern town. Things move pretty slowly there. I think if anything, the music that we're trying to make is sort of the opposite of that, trying to get away from that sleepiness and like really pushing forward as forcefully as we can.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's sort of a rejection.
Right.
Of the culture in a way.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So the culture is influencing you in that like you're battling against it or whatever, that your music is not like fitting into that perfectly.
Yeah.
Is it sleepy down there? You mean like in terms of, I don't know, like population pretty small, just slow paced because, I don't know, people drive slower? Or?
Well, it's it's a college town. A lot of people go to school there, settle down there. It's very easy. It's a very easy lifestyle there, and so everyone is just kind of like relaxed. It's a very stoned feeling town.
Sure. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks again, you guys, for coming out and playing for us. You can roll into your next track.
Great.
When you're
Thank
ready
you for
to go.
having us.
watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with mothers. If we could go around and just say a performer who, let's say first on your instrument, and then maybe just anybody that you respect or look up to, whether that's like a local person that you guys have toured with or a buddy of yours, or like someone, you know, at Beyonce level or something like that. It can be anyone.
Could we all just answer Beyonce?
Yeah, sure, yes. So
At the same time.
overwhelmingly true, it's Beyonce. Our like constant joke is that so many people's answer is Drake. That like so many people answer Drake. It's happened a million times. So could just say that for everyone too, you know. But yeah, why don't we start? Would you start, Matthew? If you could think. Yeah, sure. Anyone ready? Yeah. Do you want to go first? Sure.
So on guitar, I would have to say Carson McWhirter, who works with Zach Hill a lot. He's just an incredibly innovative, amazing guitar player.
Sweet. Cool. You, man?
Drake.
Nice.
I really don't know, honestly. It's a hard question.
Yeah, sure. What about just like people in Athens? What about like performers in Athens that you like a lot?
There's this guy McKendrick who has a band called Grand Rapids. What?
Me.
You? Oh, I thought you were saying you said that. Yeah, McKendrick. He played bass on the album that we recorded, and he's a fantastic guitarist. I don't know. I've taken a lot from him. Just like his mentality about it. He's got a lot of his own tunings. He's just, yeah.
Sweet.
Inspiring dude, for sure.
Have you been able to sit down at all with him and like, you know, talk or
In the
jam
studio,
or
I guess we were
yeah, sure.
around each other a ton during that. Not so much lately, just because Grand Rapids is pretty busy too.
Okay.
So, you know, but whenever we get together, it's always good to see those dudes.
Yeah, right on. You, man?
I used to listen to, like, I kind of came up on, like, classic rock. So we were actually having a conversation about, like, John Entwistle and the guys from The Who and stuff. And I've really gotten into this band a lot in the past few years.
Okay, cool.
And so, like, I don't know. I saw Sleep for the first time this year.
Nice.
And it was kind of like a religious experience seeing Matt Pike play guitar.
Yeah,
But,
right on.
That's not bass, but...
Sure. What about those guys stands out to you? And Whistle or Sleep? I mean, what about them?
Well, that band is a whole nother thing, which is funny. I kind of feel like I channel that in this band in a lot of ways because
Okay.
the bass parts are a little minimal, so it's just kind of about really being inside of whatever you're playing,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that that's what a lot of that music's about, is kind of being like present inside of playing minimally.
Sure.
Sometimes I say that, but if you see Matt Pike play guitar, it's definitely not a minimal experience.
Sure, but even at least acknowledging that in minimism, you can stay like make a big impact, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You, man? Come up with anything at this point?
Kind of.
Drake.
Yeah, Drake. No, I've been really into, and I should know these guys' names, but like there's this old band, Wire. I don't know if you're familiar with. Their drummer's amazing. As far as like current drummers, there's this guy, Mike Wallace. He played in a band called Women. That's one of my favorite bands.
Cool.
Unabashedly. But yeah.
Right on. Sweet. Yeah, well, thanks for sharing. You guys can roll into your next track when you're ready. Mothers on Audiotree Live. That's a damn good song. Good work.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I would like to know from you first, Christina, to what extent is, I guess, what is transparency important to you in terms of like, whether you're writing a song that's very personal or that's just about anything else, is it important that people know what you're writing about to you?
I don't think that the specifics of the song, like what it is specifically about, matters. But I do aim to be completely honest
Okay.
in what I do. That's what I mean by transparency.
Sure.
Is I think that the emotion behind it and that the intent should be completely honest and transparent in that way.
Sure.
But a lot of the things that I write are a bit coded, and it's not super obvious what I'm talking about.
Sure.
But what I aim to do is have the honesty backing it and like a certain amount of integrity behind it.
Yeah. And as far as bringing it to these guys, I mean, are you saying to them at all, like, this is what this song is about, this is why we're doing this thing, or it's more important that, like, the music itself is orchestrated correctly?
It really, it kind of evolves on its own. So a lot of it comes down to me creating the skeleton of the song. And that really kind of forces the mood of it, the tone of it, and kind of what's happening in the song. And then we all just kind of work together on making sure that the tone remains the right way throughout the song. But it's a pretty natural progression.
Sure. Any other insight in that from you guys, as far as like artists that you're listening to or people that you care about? I mean, is it important to you that you know what message like they're sending to you, or is a little bit of that wall,
I think
Okay.
in this band, I just want to say this. I don't know what most of these songs are about, I
Okay.
would say, but I think I kind of feel what they're about. I feel like it's more about the intention and us catching on to that more than like having a concrete definition of what we're dealing with. It's kind of more reckoning with the feeling behind it, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, I think there's like a trickiness in that question too, just because like as artists, the moment it leaves your mouth, it doesn't really belong to you anymore to some
Right.
extent. And so I don't know, like I am sure that there are probably tons of songs that I personally identify with that if I met the creator,
They would say that's not what it's about at
yeah,
all.
I mean, I think that's what like Lou Reed in interviews is always like really awesome in a way because he's very anti-interview because he's just like, why do I need to have a conversation about this?
Yeah.
I said it once already.
The interpretation's half of the fun. I mean,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. I almost
Yeah.
don't want to know what they're
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
It keeps the purity of it, I think.
Couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
It's
you
really funny. It is really funny though. Moments on this
wanna
tour
know.
where like, I'll hear a glimpse of like a conversation about a lyric, and I'm like, what? That's what you meant?
Yeah, that,
Will.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially being in a band, like maybe as years go on, then things will like start opening themselves up, or you'll realize that a song you played 5 years ago, or even a song that you wrote 5 years ago meant something, then that it, or at the beginning that it doesn't now, or whatever, Yeah, sweet. All right. Thanks you guys again for playing for us. You can take it away with your last one.
Thank you.
This is Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with Mothers. You can check them out on tour at the Beat Kitchen tonight if you're in and around the Chicago area, then Springfield, St. Louis, and the Midpoint Music Festival in Cincinnati to wrap up the tour. Check them out doing that and listen to their music online. Thank you guys again for performing for us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew, hooking it up, and viewers. Thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks and send a shout via social media to us or them if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree studio, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. Hell yeah.